Good. Okay, so for the next part of this keynote, and I will promise to be ready in about 30 minutes or so, is that I want to give you an overall overview of the future perspectives we as Fabasoft see in the whole cloud business. So to make that a little bit more comprehensive, I will just start with an overview of the distribution models we as Fabasoft have with our products. So we are known for the government business with our eGov suite. We have large enterprise customers like Siemens, like Spar. They using enterprise content management in their organizations with many thousand seats. And thirdly, we have Folio Cloud, our cloud offering for enterprise content management, B2B collaboration, process management in the cloud. So these are the building blocks that are currently making up the landscape. What are the distribution models of these products? eGov Suite, typically, even if it's run outsourced in a data center, is an on-premise installation. So big government organizations buy licenses and operate that licenses for their users out of their data centers or data centers they control. The same is true for the enterprise business with Folio Cloud. And in contrary to that, we have Folio Cloud that initially was designed to be a public cloud service, a fully public cloud service where an operator, in that case Fabasoft, provides that service for the public. You just register yourself and immediately can leverage the benefits of that service. Document management, content management, the cloud apps, everything that you know from our infrastructure. But that what is important, and this was also elements of Mr. Dlapka's talk, is that we have to think of, especially of the migration path of these traditional organizations, like governments with tens of thousands of users, big companies, also huge organizations, to provide them a path to leverage the public cloud because of its agility, its efficiency, its cost point, and this is most important, not only these infrastructure points, but to open completely new areas of business. Because if you are with your solution, with your processes outside of your premises, then a real new field for making business comes into place. And so what we have to provide is a way to help these organizations with the migration path. So the first new thing we have is that we provide Folio Cloud not only as a public cloud service, but also in 3 different distribution models. So we have Folio Cloud as the public cloud. That's the one you know. Cloud data in European data centers, in locations in European countries. We have certified security, certified operations management. It's done by Fabasoft. So we do all the effort to provide for our customers that level of trust they need to use our services. The next distribution model we can provide now is the so-called hybrid cloud. That means if a customer of a certain size wants to control the physical location of his data, of his installation, but still wants to leverage that high-level certification, high-level security level that we as Fabasoft, with our expertise and our operations management can provide, can run our cloud service on his premises in one management umbrella. So this means from the end user perspective, it's the same service level, the same quality of service, the same user experience, the same agility of the applications that are available, but that customer can say, and this is important for especially customers of that magnitude, that their data is in their premises. But it's still a complete open public or an open cloud service. We call that hybrid cloud. And the last thing here is the private cloud. So private means we can provide the same functionality, the solution of Folio Cloud with the document management, enterprise content management, with the ability to extend the platform with apps, with enterprise or organizational apps. We can provide that to the end customers. So there's a special requirements from large organizations, large banks, for example, that they just want to implement a business process, a use case, for example, with their customers. A bank with 100,000 of users that want to collaborate with their customers can leverage our functionality because there is everything in it. There is document sharing, there is workflow in it, there is the social features like communication, inline real-time communication, that's all in it. So it's very easy and very cost efficient for such an organization just to say, okay, I want everything that is in that public cloud. I want it white labeled with my corporate design. I want to run it in my premises, and I want to offer it for my customers, for my clients. And we do it in the same way as we do it with the public and the private cloud. In that case, the cloud data, of course, is in the customer side. The security and operations management itself is also in the responsibility of the customer. But, of course, with the help of Fabasoft, we can also implement the same level and even the same level of security, of certifications, and also the same level of agility, meaning we will also provide the tools for these customers to have a cloud, a service, in the same update cycles, in the same way as we do that over more than 2 years with our public cloud, where we every month provide new functionality, improvements in all areas. So this is the holistic idea of bringing the cloud even to these large customers, and it still has all the advantages of cloud services, of Folio Cloud, but fulfilling the requirements of these customers. So one step back for our public cloud. Also here, as you have seen with the distribution models of Folio Cloud itself, what is important here is Mr. Mundwiller is already looking at the Switzerland thing. That's also in plan. But what I want to point out here is for European customers, as we have seen with these large enterprises, large governments, it's essential. It's essential to know where the data is, not only because of not trusting other services, but there are often regulations, there are laws that prohibit that data is stored somewhere where you do not have the complete control. And therefore, we provide an architecture based on locations of the cloud so that the end customer can select where he wants his data to be stored. So I will show this in a short demonstration, hopefully. Yes, here it is. Or not. Here it comes. Okay, so here you see my public Folio Cloud desktop. And the only thing that's now different is this tiny icon with Austria. So this means these are is a team room in Austria. So what I do now is I do some modifications in my Austrian partition or location of the cloud. So I change, for example, my organization, Also my picture, this was a rather old picture, and I will improve it a little bit for the social aspect of, of Folio Cloud. So you see, we have also built in now a full-featured document imaging editor where you can really optimize your pictures to get more reach or success with your cloud apps. That's also new now. This picture now, of course, is available in Folio Cloud. And now I can just switch over to another location of Folio Cloud with this button on the right side. You see the next location that is in preparation and will be in production this summer is the German location. So I now get a new view of my desktop with all the team rooms with German data. So you've seen German companies like Siemens here. Their data is guaranteed to be in Germany, but the infrastructure itself, the data of my person, my picture, also my purchases in the Cloud App Store, these are in one ecosystem that gives you this information in any location of the world you have. So what this means is you have one user interface, one dedicated area for each location to make sure that this separation of data is also guaranteed by Fabasoft. But for the areas where it's important, for your personal areas, your purchases, your contact information, your groups, the groups you're in, the security stuff, this is done in a holistic way via synchronizing and updating all these locations each other. So what this means is we can create an architecture distributed over all Europe or even further in future, and still guarantee that the data is dedicated in one specific location. And this idea is the same in the hybrid model. So what hybrid would mean, if you have a hybrid cloud, for example, for the Austrian government, then this could also, an employee of the Austrian government could quite easily have his own cloud, but also switch to the other clouds if he wants data that is outside of this premises. So let's switch back to my presentation. Yeah, I just want to give you also some information from an analyst, in that case Forrester. What Forrester is talking about, the changing cloud agenda, is also, and this is in certain parts in line with what Mr. Tlapka said, with the future perspective of what is going on in cloud business. So yesterday it was cost and scalability. And I have to say that these numbers, and this is also where we as a European has to listen, these numbers, these year dates are from the American market. So maybe we can see that there is a little bit more drive concerning cloud and the idea of cloud in the United States. And we have to carefully look at these signals, because we do not want to lose the connection to that efforts. Yeah, and nowadays, of course, speed and agility is key. But what really counts in the future is the innovation via collaboration. I already mentioned it. These are the processes where you can be, as a customer, more successful in providing business processes, in providing solutions, whether in support or in customer care or in direct communication with your customers via collaboration. So this is where the greatest potential, according to Forrester, is in the cloud market. So from pure data collaboration, like document sharing, to document collaboration, up to process collaboration. So the process where you can model the way how you work with your data, with your documents, is what counts in the end. And this is also what we want to provide as a scenario and a future improvement for our customers. So once again, we have these distribution models for existing customers, for existing enterprise installations, and Folio Cloud. And what's a very natural way and a very natural migration path to such an organization to go to the cloud is that such an organization has data in his premises, in his, let's say, Folio installation, or the same applies for the eGov installation. It has his data, his documents, but not only his data, his documents, but also process-related information, security information, and also applications, business processes set up. And what now is a very natural thing is to transfer such a scenario to the public cloud. Why? Because I want, on a project level, for example, share my data with my customer or my partner. I want to achieve a business process with my customer and my partner. And that's what we have been working a lot over the last couple of weeks and months to provide that as simple as this animation. That means that you can set up a project, a business scenario, applications here in your on-premise installation of Fabasoft Folio, Fabasoft eGov Suite, and transfer that context to the cloud, do the collaboration there, for example, negotiating a contract or whatever the solution is. And after you're finished, of course, if the project has finished, you want, for compliance reasons, have the data back exclusively under your control, just move the whole scenario back to your premises. And what here is very essential, of course, is usability. And what I want to show you now, how this looks like in Fabasoft Folio. So I have here Fabasoft Folio, standard document management. So the first new thing that you can do here, also in the next eGov Suite versions, is you can create a team room. So this was the thing I already mentioned. So I can name my project. I can invite people to such a project in the same collaborative way that is used in the public cloud. So this is now also available in our on-premise enterprise products like Fabasoft Folio, Fabasoft eGov Suite, to do that form of informal collaboration to produce results. Okay, so I've sent this project to all the attendees. Now I have to configure the security. In the same simple way, very contrary to these complex security models often established in enterprises and government organizations, because this is also an inhibitor. So now I have to fill some documents via drag and drop import of a whole structure, easy usability. This is already known for many months, this feature. And as I said, I not only want to share data, but I also want to share communication tools like this newsfeed. This is a Facebook-style tool to communicate with your peers in a project in a very secure way. So it's not Facebook in the public space, but in that particular project, I can do real-time communication, document mashup. So in that case, I can also mash up information from the project to make it more clear what things I'm meaning, because this is also one of the main problems, that people are talking about the same things and nobody understands each other. So I can just attach here the information I mean in my Facebook-like comment. And everybody can immediately access that information out of that thread. What's also often used in projects is a calendar. So I can create a team calendar here in that project, in that team room, give it a name. Then I can just open that calendar. So get the graphical user interface, create an appointment quite easily here, kickoff meeting, for example. Maybe a second one. And so here, this is the preparation phase of my project. I define a project, I define the milestones, the documents, and if everything is set up, now I want to collaborate with externals on the very same information with the very same business tools. And this is the simple click I've explained with my animation. In Fabasoft Folio, Fabasoft eGov Suite, you will have the possibility to transfer that team room to the public cloud. So this is done via OAuth 2, a standard protocol for connecting services in a security way. So we grant the permission to Folio Cloud to accept that whole team room. And once this process is initiated, the transfer will begin. You can also put that to background, because if you have a large multi-gigabyte thing, this can be done in background. You can look at the state. In that case, it was only some megabytes. Yeah, then you see at the state, now the thing is transferred. For compliance reasons, you have the stubs that, here in a read-only way. So you can look that it is available here, and you can also open in cloud so you know where the original of that team room is. So now I switch to Folio Cloud. And look how this looks like here. So this is Folio Cloud. This is not in production, will be in next release. So this is a demonstration site here. Here is my marketing project. It looks like the same as it was on premises. We have also the security available here. David Porter obviously had no account in the cloud, so I can just send him an invitation and further initiate other collaboration users here in my team. Of course, the data is here. That's clear. But not only the data, also the discussion threads. So now the work outside in a controlled environment takes place. We can do communications, we can work on documents, on contracts, the same way, the same usability as I've shown you in the Folio case. So add some few additional documentations, and now also here the link. Also the project calendar, so we can, of course, rearrange meetings, add additional information. So whatever you want to do can be done here in Folio Cloud to do that work in that project. Yeah, and now let's say the project is finished. We have done all the work. I switch back to my Folio Cloud, so it's not done to my Folio Enterprise, not done via Folio Cloud. I can now, in Folio, in my Enterprise installation, retract that team room back to my premises, removing it from the cloud, so have only control here in my environment. So I retract it once again via the OAuth authentication to grant access to Folio Cloud to give the data back. And now, after a refresh, that project is now a native citizen in my on-premise installation anymore. Okay, with all the information available, the attachments I had, the dates in the calendar, the whole history of the collaboration things that we needed. Yeah, in the cloud, if we look once again to the cloud, what remains here? So here, once again, remains a stub that is shows that this project now is retracted. But of course, you can, if you have no need anymore of that information in the cloud, just delete it, and then it's away from the cloud and solely in your installation. So this was the scenario of how easy it is to provide for a traditional enterprise customer, government customer, to provide him an access to our cloud services, just with perfect usability, with perfect security, based on standards. This path can also be leveraged, of course, with other services integration, this OAuth thing, to do such form of integration. I've mentioned business processes, applications in our terms. We implement workflows, business processes in applications. We have learned a lot of cloud applications over the last cloud developer conferences. So a cloud application typically is created on top of our platform. We have already talked about that Agile platform that gives you the opportunity to develop these high quality, high secure applications that at the end run in the Cloud App Store. And what's very new and what's also a central part of that developer conference is what we now can give you. We can give you also the enterprise app development, meaning that you can have the same application also in the enterprise. That means we use Folio Cloud also as the application lifecycle management for your enterprise apps. We provide you enterprise virtual development environments, meaning you can use our cloud platform to leverage Folio eGov Suite virtual development environments just with a mouse click. You don't have to set up your development environment anymore. It's just available here. You have also a cloud continuous integration. That means you do not need in your enterprise to set up the whole quality and continuous integration implementations. It's here. It's just a mouse click. It's just an activation of that continuous integration framework to run your automated tests, not only against the cloud infrastructure, but also against the Folio enterprise or an eGov Suite installation. And this is also a plan for future, of course, that we think of implementing an enterprise app store as well. So here I've summed up these elements of that enterprise capabilities of this platform as a service. Alongside with the cloud tools, we provide you now the enterprise tools. Why is this important? If you want to do that drag and drop of your processes from one area to the other, of course, your application must be present in the enterprise as well. Because if you don't have the application, you cannot transfer it to the cloud and back. And therefore, we have provided a tool set and a mechanism that your cloud apps can also run in the enterprise. You can have a development environment for your enterprise applications, and you have also the continuous integration framework, the testing environment for your enterprise applications provided by Fabasoft. So this is available. It's in the app stores, these applications. You can try it. And there are several talks that will focus exactly on that thing, how to create applications that not only run in the public cloud, but also run in the enterprise and also be able to be smoothly migrated from one environment to the other. So that's a really, really unique feature, providing business processes, modeling business processes in one environment, and have a whole range of enterprise platforms, of cloud-based platforms in a public, hybrid, and private way with one development effort. Okay, so this was the short overview of this new topic. What I want to now show you is a video of our next keynote speaker. That's Mr. Strecker from SCC. That's a partner of Fabasoft that is focusing on exactly that area, integrating organizations, large organizations. He's from the automotive space, so he works with companies like Goodyear, Dunlop, Daimler, doing exactly that way of creating processes to involve many, many different organizations, not only in one country, but also globally, especially in collaboration with China, for example, where Daimler exports cars into. And he will tell us a little bit about his solution and his vision of the future of cloud business in the next 5 minutes.